coming out of notes. Latest book will be coming out shortly. I met the strangest child. She was sitting across from me on my break at work. Couldn't have been no more than 18 to 20 years old, a lifetime of difference than Andrew. Damn, time flies. Just approaching his 40th birthday, Andrew was the trash collector for a company called Hippo Waste Disposal. At about 5 a.m. every morning, he and his crew would load up the trucks, travel throughout the district, picking up leftover last night's trash from restaurants and local businesses in the area. Told him her name was Tabby. Now, Tabitha worked the Burger King on Hazard Avenue. First, the morning, Andrew would stop in between runs for a break and a bite to eat before getting back on the highway, heading to New Hampshire to finish off his work shift. This was so compelling. Well, he couldn't just outright tell anyone. It was just seemed strange, weird, creepy on like the comical side. To give this piece context, well, we'll just have to say the family structure and class in America was distasteful, dysfunctional, to say the least. I mean, misfiled birth certificates, pregnancies, adoption agencies, a total sham. For the underclass, at least, at this time. Not to mention the disability programs that were in this area. And Andrew was, well, aloof. He must say it that way, only because at 40 years old, no kids, not married, living alone, I'm sure you catch my drift. Now, Andrew was no misfit by any means, to the contrary, at least. I mean, by no fault of his own. Life circumstances deals its own shuffle of cards. Subject to the bureaucracies of the system, attending NAMI and other government-funded programs of education and job readiness programs to get his foot in society will explain a lot. It's like just because someone is left-handed doesn't mean that they're incapable, a misfit, or a criminal. By some strange roll of the dice, Andrew fit that mold. Less by the legal definition, of course. Yet, Andrew never let any of this stop him. And it shows. He got rewards, plaques for self-improvement and other academic achievements as well. So, by these standards, he was doing pretty well for himself, given the fact that his aunt, Miss Stevens, passing, and his new reacquaintances with his mom. The two had been corresponding in Facebook chat to compensate the distance from Texas to Massachusetts, like a shuffle of deck of cards or roll of the dice. Life couldn't have picked a better time to roll this circumstance his way. This couldn't help bring to mind back in September, well, a year ago, when Andrew got a walkthrough of the Burger King property by Miss Me, the store district supervisor. Right before signing the contract, she asked if he was married. Yeah, Andrew says to his therapist. The question threw me off guard. It was strange. I was beside myself when she asked. His therapist asked, What? What? What did you say? I said, Yeah. Andrew replied, like, what does being married have to do with collecting trash? His therapist giggled. And it was the way she said it, too. Therapist's eyes lids grew wide. Not an aggressive tone. No, more like a quiz. As if I better answer. So I said, yeah, just to shut her up. She was pushy about it. She was a nice lady, don't get me wrong. Well, maybe she wanted to see if you were the family type, his therapist said. When my mom uploaded the photos of my feed, I was beside myself. Andrew was shocked, dismayed. Now I'd been on my and over my aunt's here and there, spending time with the grandkids and nieces and nephews. So believe me, after meeting Tabby for the first time, just wanted to call my aunt and tell her everything. Yet I couldn't, considering work and all. Besides, that would just be weird. Just outright creepy. Andrew danced with the thought in his head, confused, scared, nervous. There was that unexpected reunion or run in with Sheila, his, his ex, back in 2007. Andrew thought of her periodically after getting his med level check from the downtown Mercy Hospital laboratory. I knew it was her telling the therapist on the other end of the line. Sheila, was wearing the usual tie-dye t-shirt gown, the kind girls wore, with an athletic pair of Reebok pump sneakers, the usual get-up she always wore. It's been years since, 2007. Now look, it's 2025. A good 20 to 15 years if no words were exchanged then. Seeing she was further up in the line than I, it was crowded too. Cold out that day. Kind of cool, you know? I couldn't stop thinking about her though. And the breakup we had. She says she's found another. Claims our relationship wasn't getting anywhere. It was at the same time Andrew received his first plaque from the city, award of achievement, got his Class D driver's license and a CDL with $5,000 bonus check from the city, knowing this was because his Well, couldn't give her a child due to Andrew has been on Haldol, and the side effect of the meds was eating up his sperm count. Things got quiet. A numb, stale stench in the air. You could feel it and cut it like a knife. After uploading the photos his mom sent him of old family pics at the funeral in Texas, Andrew plans to have them developed at the local Walgreens on Main Street. After uploading the photos, as he said, I was shocked, speechless. What? Andrew thought. Who and what the hell? The brief pause. Because the photo he was looking at, one in particular, were in question, was of his mom at about 20 to 18 years old. My mind's eye playing tricks on me, Andrew thought. It was frightening. The image of this little girl looked just like the same child I worked with at Burger King. Now, it was a startling image, uncanny.